Fire Puppet, what is happening? How you doing? Good to see you. Diamond, my Carolina, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Welcome to the Gin Project Show. I've been starting it just a little bit early. Give everybody a chance to, like Haley and Chad and everybody, Ashman. Hope y'all are doing all right today. Good to see you. There's one for Haley Beth. There's Mr. Rev Art. Mr. Rev Art himself. We are gathering the masses as we speak. Yo, sir.
Man, I may have to come out and back in. My connection is kind of foul. Let me see what I can do. Am I coming through okay on your end?
You sound good, man. You look good. You sound good. You're funny looking.
I'm always funny looking.
Everything's in place, bro. Everything's in place. There's Haley Beth. The Haley Beth, the best MC on any planet and any dimension and any galaxy anywhere.
True story.
Give Ashman a little time. Haley, as you know, I've been starting a few minutes early to give everything time to do what Ezra wanted to do. Hey, Moose.
Yep, I think we need a little. If you're not tapping, you're napping.
Get him, Haley. Get him, Haley.
Tap.
How are you doing today, Miss Haley Beth?
Good.
Yeah? I'm glad to hear it. We're going to give Ashman just a minute or two to catch up here. See if he can.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. There he is right there. I know he was roaming around. He's probably safe. You're going to what?
Tonight is one of my... I'm excited about who's going to be the featured artist for tonight.
Well, Haley, I'm sorry. We changed the guest tonight. Tonight we're going to have... No, I'm teasing, Haley. I'm only teasing. Who we got tonight, Haley? Who we got coming on? You don't have to announce it yet.
Let me do my intro in 2 seconds.
Not yet. It's not time yet, but you can tell us who's coming on.
My brother from another mother, Burgess the King DJ.
Yo, how about that? It's gonna be his second time on. He's a repeat offender. We might have to. How are you doing, Ash man?
Hey, Brendan.
I got your sound, buddy.
Knocked over a drink.
No guest boxes. That's my friend Brendan.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we got you now, Ash man.
A little low.
Yeah, we're doing
it's one of those days.
One of those days, buddy. I'm sorry, man. I hear you. I hear you, brother. I feel you.
And look who's on the featured. Burgess is in the house. Guys, everybody here. In a minute, if you're in the chat, please be in the chat with light teal blue hearts, please.
Right on. Haley Beth, you got it.
I'm waiting till it's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock.
Oh, it is now.
Hi, welcome
now.
to the Gin Project Show. My name is Haley Beth, owner of Alexa, shut up! Okay. Hi, welcome to the Gin Project Show. My name is Haley Beth, owner of Haley Dot. I have a show Friday nights at 6 o'clock p.m. Tonight's featured guest is not only but my brother from another mother, Burgess the Painting DJ. Take it away, Gin.
Thank you, Haley. Appreciate you, Haley. Haley's fired up today, y'all. Burgess is going to be in here.
Burgess, did you like my Burgess, did you like it?
Thank you, Haley
I'm sure
Beth.
he did.
Haley Beth, what time did you say your show was on? You said it was on 6 p.m., but I don't believe you said what time zone we're in.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And what are the people gonna get when they show up on Friday at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the Haley Dot Show? What are they gonna see on the Haley Dot Show?
My diamond dot art.
So you're a diamond dot artist. Show us a piece. There it is. Look at that owl, y'all.
Check it out, y'all.
Come on. Come on.
Yep.
Show, give us
there's
another
my-
peek. Let us see, Haley. Let us see the owl again, please. I love it. Absolutely love it. Y'all,
Nice.
Haley Beth, 6 o'clock Eastern Time on Fridays. She's the one that came up with "If you ain't tapping, you're napping." She is the MC for the Gin Project show and the festivities that we carry
And I also
on.
know if you're not tapping, you're napping.
She teaches the sign language. She is one of the people that introduced me and Chad, and like we knew each other, but Haley kind of got us to talk a little bit more.
She
Maybe
the glue.
she's the glue. So Haley, thank you. We appreciate you.
Go down in the basement, guys.
Get that's right. Go roam the basement. Make sure everybody's behaving themselves.
Oh,
Well done, Haley. Thank you so much. Y'all make sure to give Haley Beth a follow. Make sure you take the time to go on Friday evening and at least stop by and say hi in her show. We would very much appreciate that, and I know that she would. What we have over here is Chad Rev Art. Well, let me unmirror things so I can be backwards the whole time.
Do it.
What we have
You
over here
getting all spicy?
is Chad Rev Art, one of the baddest artists on the platform and any other platform. And right below him, we have Ashman, who is also a bad man. So I don't have a person coming on as a highlight guest today. I did that intentionally. We don't get to see as much of Chad and Ash the way the new format is set up because we end up bringing a guest on and it takes up 10 or 15 minutes of that first 30. So today we're going to hear a little bit from Chad Rev Art. We're going to hear a little bit from my guy, the Ash Man. And then we're going to get Burgess the Painting DJ. I'm not sure. Chandel might make an appearance. That could very well happen. Thanks to everybody that's in the chat that's joining us. Mr. Rev Art, how are you, sir?
Yo, man, I am here, and I am happy to be here because, I've just been doing farm work.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wait a minute. I get to go do art stuff and hang out with the homies?
Nice.
I'm here. I'm happy about it. But my farm,
Right on.
farm looks spectacular.
Have we had inspections yet?
Yeah, this morning. Like,
How'd it
first
go?
thing this morning. Oh no, he seemed to be okay with everything.
Are you
So, yeah,
unpuckered
Farmer
now?
Chad.
Are you still puckered?
I'm
Are you mid puck?
it's like it's the Band-Aid has been ripped. It's one of those you can get ready for an inspection like that all you want, and you can stress out, but then it's gonna happen.
So
And then-
so you could rip the Band-Aid off, and under that Band-Aid could be a healed wound or could be a gaping wound. Where are we at,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah, right. Well, I think we're good. I think we're good because my farm, it's fine. It just needed a little spit polish.
little love.
Little
Little love.
It needs some love, and it got a lot of love. And sometimes you spend too much time doing art, and you don't do farm stuff, right, Kira? Hi.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I had to get a bunch of stuff done, but it's done, and I'm sure we'll find out here in the next couple of days if I got to do more stuff or not. But
Right on.
we're
Right
good.
on.
We're good.
Well, does that mean soon we're going to get to see you doing some more lives again?
yeah.
Doing
Yes.
some artwork?
Actually-
Or, I mean, look, man, look. Hey,
Look. Yo,
I
yo,
took.
yo, yo.
I had about 2 months there, man. Where my buddy, my riding partner, my dude, was off doing other things, which is cool. That's cool. That's cool. But then you had to do this farm stuff, so that took you off doing other
Yeah.
things. So I'm wondering, will there be a Gin Project Chad Rev art sighting outside the Gin Project show for the people anytime soon?
Oh, absolutely. Because now that a bunch of farm work has been done, not only can I go back to working, but it's not in the back of my brain going, Chad, you really need to be doing this. Chad, you really need to be taking care of that. Hey, Chad, now you got to take care of this. Most of that's off my plate. So, yeah, absolutely.
I've been fielding letters. The folks feel like we may have broken up. And you may have
Who gets the beard?
You may have found another man.
It's always Gary for me, man. You know this.
Gary.
It's always Gary. It'll
Damn,
always be
Gary.
Gary. Oh yeah. I got chickens and goats and just stuff like that. I do have a garden. Not one allowed on TikTok.
Not one allowed on TikTok.
Yes,
That's
actually,
funny.
Kira, we do. We do have a goat trampoline. It happened. It's a little one, but they'll get used to it very soon, and I think we'll be getting some fun video footage.
Hey, let me do this real quick. This is another thing we used to do a lot. We don't get a chance to do much anymore. So hi, Manny. Hi, Kira. Thank you for coming in. Fire Puppet, good to see you. Crimson Rose, thank you for coming in. Jason Woodworker, good to see you, man. Hope you're building stuff. Severed Art, good to see you, sister. If you don't know, go check out Severed Art right now. Kira, we're going to say hi to you again. I hope you're doing all right. Nothing but love for you. Karaoke Corner, that is Shandle. Thank you for stopping in. Hopefully we'll get to see her today. The Can Do Artist has made an appearance. I saw Moose in here earlier. I may have missed someone. Crimson, I think I got Crimson. I just wanted to say hi to all y'all. Thank you for stopping in. We used to do all kinds of shout outs and we just don't have the time anymore. So
This is
today
true.
we're going to try to do that a little bit. Crochet with me, good to see you. So
What
today
up?
we're going to do some shout outs. We're going to talk to Chad, see what he's got going on. He's the mysterious behind the scenes. Never know what that guy's going to do, Chad. I know he's up to some stuff, y'all. I know he's up to some stuff. I'm trying to get it out of him, but he ain't going to tell us right now. He's plotting.
Okay. You want to know? You want to know?
Wah. It's all right. It's all right.
I still got some steps to get together before I can start. I didn't even.
Yep.
You know what? I was talking to Kira, and I didn't even tell her yet. I did get my metal melting furnace in. It is here. I will be firing it up very soon. I am making some decisions of the kind of casting that I'm going to start with. And once I make those decisions and get a few more things in, then we're going to play with molten metal. It will be fun.
Ashman and I have a question for you, homie.
Sure.
And we don't
What
want to
you got?
put you on the spot or anything, but we
Oh,
don't get
yeah,
to
you guys
see you
would
often.
never do that.
We don't get to
Never.
see you often, though, right?
Never do that.
Now that we've got you as a captive,
wait a minute.
a
Wait a
truly
minute.
captive
Wait a minute.
audience.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, you see these plates we're going to be putting on these guitars that we're building?
I do see those plates.
Is there a way that you could do those, or would they need to be like replated? Would you be able to do them with something hard enough that, you know what I'm saying? But we could do custom, all of the plates could come through you.
I think we can pull that off.
Yeah, because you were talking about medallions before, and then we were
Instead-
talking, and it was like,
yeah.
ooh.
Instead of
Yeah.
inlaying a medallion, you just be the plate guy, what puts our
Yeah.
logos. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
We'd
we
have
can
to get
definitely
one
do that.
made that had like the Gin Project and Chad Rev Art, and one that had the Gin Project and Ash, and one that had the Gin
Yes.
Project and Severed and SA, and
Yeah, absolutely.
that's how we
Well,
could solve that problem.
Not only that, but I can do
Our
like,
money is good. We
pick
pay
guards.
cash.
we can do pick guards. We can probably do tuning keys.
I wasn't
Um,
going to put a pick
knobs.
guard on this one, but
Well, yeah,
if
you
we
don't need
did,
to.
if we did the knobs and a pick guard for this one and a plate,
Well, even like knob plates, like all that kind of stuff, man. Yeah, we can do those.
So I was looking to order that stuff, so you're gonna need to hurry up.
all right, for sure.
Not to
for
put you
sure.
on the spot, though.
Yeah,
So
we would
y'all-
never do that to you, right, dude?
Thank you, Ken, dude. So y'all, to my understanding, Chad is developing the technology to make some of the stuff ourselves for these guitars, like the plates, the
Yeah.
knobs, and that kind of stuff. So we just got even more do it ourselves. The only things we might be ordering are the pickups and the tuners if we ain't careful in the bridge.
For now.
Oh, Chad,
For
I
now.
also wanted to tell you. I went and dug up another jar out of the yard. I'm out of jars. I'm down to 10 cans now.
Oh
But
man.
I ordered from StewMac the jig, the routing jig, which I probably won't use the router. I'll just use it to mark stuff. I won't use the, But
Sure.
for a Stratocaster, which isn't necessarily relevant to you, but with a tremolo. And then I ordered the jig to go with that would be the one to add a Floyd Rose. And then apparently Floyd Rose has a modification you can get as well. So I ordered the one for that. So I have all of the Floyd
Nice.
Rose and all of the Strat templates that we can use. So as soon as that comes in, I'll be able to finish yours and send it to you.
Oh yeah. It should be cool.
Plates.
Plates.
Yesterday.
Look, we can do them. I think it'll be cool. I think we can do pit guards. We can do the battery plates. We can do the neck plates. Like there's a lot of them. All the knobs. We can do all the knobs.
Can you do knobs with skulls that are skulls or something like that, or raven heads, or
Who are you talking to?
you know
homie?
what
No,
I'm
not gonna
saying,
talk
man?
before I can pull it
An
off. but
owl.
That's my goal.
We might need
Well,
owls for Kira.
Yeah.
for her guitar.
Yeah, well,
we
I
might need
mean,
owl heads.
the whole goal is I want to be able to bronze my sculptures.
Yeah.
So I can start
Moons and
doing
stars.
cool moons and stars for mine.
that I can
Okay,
inlay
okay.
under the fretboard for Kira's. You just got busy, Chad. I know you weren't already busy.
Never busy. I always have so much time. Just like the two of you, I'm always sitting around doing nothing
Hey.
whatsoever.
But the cool thing is, if we're working on all the stuff that we're making ourselves that goes into our art, then that's even, that's time well spent, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think doing the metal work is probably going to lead us down some really, really cool stuff. And I love that when you set out to do something, you're like, I'm going to do this so I can do this, and you're like, oh wow, I can do like 24 other things with the apparatus that I just got, and it's just like it's like you guys'
Yes.
brain and my brain doing the same thing. It's like, oh, we can do those and these and that and those.
Yes,
So
dude.
yeah.
Yes. And
sounds
like
like-
you said, tuner knobs.
Yeah.
The knobs.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe even some other parts we'll talk about later.
Sure. I need to order some casting stuff. I was trying to decide if I was going to start with sand casting or what's called lost wax or investment casting. For any of those in the back paying attention, I don't know. Well, the things that we just talked about kind of fit under both categories, so we might just have to order all of it.
I don't know why, but it looked like you're just like, oh no, I have to order all
This
of
is-
that. Oh no, it's
This
so
is
hard.
terrible. We're gonna have to be able to sand cast and investment cast.
Yeah. There may be part of it we could team up on or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out, man.
I bet we can
For
get it.
sure.
I bet we can get it figured out.
Kira has
I might
got
have to
some
buy a
stuff.
kiln.
Ooh.
Yeah?
There's 2 blocks from my house. They don't help you though.
Yeah. I'm supposed to have a meeting sometime, hopefully this week, with a guy who has a bunch of them and owns a pottery shop and stuff. I'm gonna be like, please let me rent some kiln or some kiln space so I can do this.
Yes.
For you guys wondering,
Yes.
that's part of the part of making the cast. If you do investment casting.
Chad Rev Art, ladies and gentlemen, about to be doing some shiznit. Ashman,
Yes,
my
sir.
brother, Sir,
Yeah.
you got lots of stuff going on too, man.
I have been
Talk to
busy
us,
with
Goose.
some other guy on another app a lot. I mean, he's a taskmaster. He says, can you do 4 hours? And I go, oh, sure.
I'll see your 4 hours and I'll raise you 6.
And then I pop on sometime over the weekend and go, hey, yeah, come on up. We're on a lot. And yeah, so we're on the Bigo, and then we're on late night here now. We switched, so we're on late night here from 10 o'clock Pacific and 1 o'clock Eastern, and then we just go until Gin is like, I need to go make breakfast. But I'll be painting and doing that and drawing, and he'll be doing necks and all kinds of stuff for the guitars. It's been fun.
All of the stuff, the sled that I built, that's the jig for slotting the fretboards on the guitars, we did live. We did the making the last set of necks. We did all that live. Cutting them out, planing them down, starting from, so you're getting to see the entire process from scratch. And this guy over here is just doing some amazing art at the same time.
And the fun
there's
thing
usually
about
some,
that is I
Yeah.
do all that work, and then I'm exhausted, so then I make the weirdest TikToks I can afterwards before I go to bed, right where my brain's in that weird zone. So you see,
and it's perfect.
I'm okay.
Really? I'm normal.
I'm normal.
I'm normal.
Sometimes we even listen to Ashman has a podcast called Genteel Poverty, and sometimes we'll listen to it. We'll listen to one of those broadcasts, and then if we have time, chat about it a little bit or whatever. But they're very interesting. His wife is a really smart lady, and they do it together. So they take on some interesting topics. So very approachable. He's a nice guy. He's not like Chad. He won't bite you the first time. The second time he'll bite you. Chad will bite you on the first go. Ashman is also a musician. He also writes. He's also a philosopher. I wouldn't say that he would call himself a philosopher, but brother knows some. But he is.
I may have been doing some reading on that stuff. I don't know.
Right on, Chuck. Chuck said he listens on the way to work. And we got Chuck. We flip-flopped it, y'all. Chuck and Lost Paintbrush have done the unthinkable. They have cooperated with each other. and they swapped their appearance dates. And our good friend Chuck is going to be on the 27th. And Lost Paintbrush is going to be on next week instead. So we've been giving backwards dates on that. But we got Lost Paintbrush coming up next week. And we got Chuck coming on the following week. And for Chuck's episode, we got Eve's Artistry giving us a painting lesson.
I've got 2 in line for next month. I'm hoping. I haven't heard back on the dates yet, so I'll let you know when I do. But they're great artists, so.
Well,
Cool.
At least you got yeses.
Well,
That's
and
good. If you're
yeah,
negotiating dates, then they said they would do it.
they asked that I not be there, but yeah. They're like, as long as you're not there, that's cool, man. That's
Hey, as long as you and Gin aren't there and Chad does it, we'll
if
do
it's
it.
just Chad, that'd be awesome.
We're in, right? Right on. Well, that's the other thing that for folks that don't know, after these next 2 guests, Ashman is going to be leading up the selections for the month of June. And your guy right up here, Chad Rev Art, is going to be making the selections for the month of July. And that's for several reasons. One of which is I mentioned earlier that Chad is a really busy guy, and he had to take a break recently, and so he wasn't able to be as involved. And normally Chad's a part of that process. We talk and figure out like the long term, who's coming on and all that kind of thing. So Chad didn't get that opportunity because he had other things going on. So figured give him a month to catch up on picks, and whoever he wants to get in there and whatever shenanigans he wants to bring. If we still have a show after Ash does it for a month. Because Ashman's been picking up violations lately, left and right. Ashman is a full-fledged member of the team now. He may have more violations than me and you, Chad.
You've been really working at it then.
He is bad man.
I test the waters. I want to see how far I can go.
Ezra, if you're listening, we're probably gonna need you.
And I will shenanigan again and again and again, Kira.
So there are some people, and I will tell you this: after Chad's month is up, brings us to August, if we're all still alive and well, then there's some people that are in the Generite Art Gallery. I'm not saying that everybody in the Generite Art Gallery is going to be on the show, but there's a couple pick that the folks from Generite mentioned, and I think we're going to get over to Mama T and Zach and check with them and see what they have going on. So, Trouble, I'm looking at you, Trouble. If you're still in here. So, Ashman.
Yes, sir.
You got a couple picks you're thinking that you're working on, and you spend your days taking care of, the things that we do to keep a roof over our head and family taken care of and all that kind of stuff. And Monday night and Friday night, you can be found on Big O, late night. Yep. On Wednesday nights, you can be found here. On Tuesday night, you can be found here, which you are now. On Thursday nights, you can be found at 9 o'clock Eastern Time on Favorited, doing the Low Orbit Lounge. On the weekends, you record the podcast and do some other things. Eric, what's up, brother? Good to see you.
What up, dude?
Am I missing what all am I missing here, Ash, man?
I don't think you're missing much. I mean, I'm on here a lot, and the daytime stuff is grueling, and everybody else, it's exhausting sometimes. And then your cat spills your drink right before you have to go on, and you're cleaning the whole area.
Mine just threw up.
Yeah.
And now the cat's sitting over there like,
ago.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
No problem, man.
Did that for you.
Do it again. I'll do it again.
And I'll do it again.
But yeah, so it's just a lot of, daytime, day walker stuff, and then I have to go to bed at some point for about 3 or 4 hours, and then it's all over again. So,
a few minutes here, a few minutes there.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, we got one of our old school collaborators here, Eric the Airbrush Artist. Since we're up late nights, we don't get to see him that much anymore. Good to see you, brother. Love you, man. Hope you're doing all right. Hey, Trini, good to see you. Good to see you. Can Do, another good one to see out there. Glad to see you, Can Do. Hey, Johnny Ray, thanks for stopping in. Good to see you, Johnny Ray. Good to see you. The guy we got coming on tonight, y'all know this dude, and he comes as a set. Anybody that knows Burgess knows that with Burgess comes Chandel. And they do Karaoke Corner, and our friend and our favorite MC, Haley Beth, absolutely adores them. I like Burgess a lot. I have artwork I'm going to be able to show off here that Burgess. Now, I'm going to share this, and this probably is going to be a little bit odd, but I think if there's 2 men on the planet that'll understand this statement, it'll be you two guys. One of the things that I really like a lot about Burgess, not just that he works hard and he does really good art and he's a musician and he's into a lot of the similar stuff we're into. Burgess is someone that I've had disagreements with. And him and I have been able to have a conversation and disagree and still be friends and still work together and still.
Cool.
Chad and I have had multiple disagreements on things, but
boy,
we
yeah.
still love each other and we still work together and we still do our thing.
Thank you,
Ezra and I have
What
had a
up,
lot
dude?
of disagreements. Oh, look at this guy.
I just roll my eyes and agree. I just kind of go, all right.
Yeah. But I have a tremendous amount of respect for Burgess because Burgess is someone that I can reach out to and have a conversation with. And everybody can't do that. That is an entire another skill set. You know what I mean? So I like being able to run things by Burgess because I know I get the unfiltered, unedited edition. And hey, what better can you ask for in a friend, right? Than somebody that will just cut through all the bullshit and tell you their view on it. And so I think I'm backwards. I think both of you guys, thank you, Johnny Ray. I think both of you guys can understand where I'm coming from on that one. I think we get along so well because we challenge each other. We're not willing to just let shit slide. Wait a minute now. Hold on. Right?
Right.
We keep each other on our toes. And Burgess is that kind of cat, man. He makes really interesting content. Hey, Laura Jane, good to see you. Thanks for coming in, Ezra. Good to see you, buddy. He makes really good content. He's a musician. He paints. He DJs. Like I said, Shandel does the karaoke corner. They've been super helpful to the reason. Part of the reason that Haley thinks so much of them is they actually invest in Haley. They actually care about her and spend time and have conversations, and they're friends, right? Which is a different thing than sometimes what happens. So if you guys have anything, any disagreements or anything you'd like to shout out at Burgess before we bring him up here, please do so.
You know what? Yeah, I'm kidding.
You know what really
grinds
grinds
my
my gears about him?
Right.
Oh, too funny.
Oh, man. Love his sense of humor in his videos. So,
Yeah.
what more can you ask for?
Yes.
Yeah, and he does a lot of content for other people, helping other people out, doing stuff for other folks out there. So this should be a lot of fun. Him and I have talked before, so we didn't have the long interview yesterday. We've done all that, and so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna basically turn the show over to Burgess, and we're gonna ask the questions and chat a little bit with him or whatever. We're gonna brag on him just a little bit more here for a second, and then we're gonna get a mic check real quick. Burgess, we got you.
I'm here.
All right, good to see you, buddy. So, who we have as a guest today is Burgess the Painting DJ. We're gonna do it a little different. He's a repeat offender. He's been on here before, but Burgess is another one of those people in the community that is connected, and he works with a lot of different people. And that goes to what I was saying earlier. He's able to have a conversation with folks and kind of figure some things out. So. What we're going to do today is the three of us are just going to kind of follow Burgess's lead on this thing. And he's going to start out. He'll probably tell us a little bit about us, who he is, where he's from and all that, what rock he crawled out from under, whatever it is, or what planet he came from, if he was Chad or Ash. And then I'm hoping that it'll tell us, there's some other platforms that Burgess does a lot of stuff on, and Ash and Chad and I do stuff on other platforms as well, a good bit. So what we're hoping to do also is to try to help keep people connected. So, Lady Shines is one of those people that's connected to a lot of folks in the community. Burgess the Painting DJ is one of those folks that's connected to a lot of people in the community. So sometimes we're going to have those folks on just to try to keep the community connected together and make sure everybody knows what everybody else is doing, because I lose track, to be honest with you. So Burgess,
Yeah.
welcome, brother.
Thanks, man. Can you hear me?
I'm
okay?
I'm gonna put you in the big box, and I'm gonna figure out the biggest one we can get you in, and then we're gonna shrink down us. And good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, just been painting and traveling and working. I mean, we got 2 teenagers, so that's always fun.
Oh boy, right? That probably keeps your plate pretty full.
Yeah,
I mean,
it can. It definitely can.
there we go. There we go.
There we go.
That's better. There we go. So Burgess, look, man, let's start out. Let's come in hot. So this is a painting that you sent to me. I'm gonna make myself big here, Burgess, for just a second if I can, and then we'll switch them back up. This is a painting that Burgess sent to me. For those that don't know, my favorite artist is Prince. And this is a rendition of a guitar that Prince had early in his career with Prince on it. And I absolutely love it. And I know that there are other people in this world that have images like this. And he sent it to me because he's a good dude. And I wanted to have a piece of his art represented on the wall here. And it was very kind of him to do so. But to give you a start, folks, Burgess is going to piss you off because he's good at a lot of things.
It's true. You either love it or you hate it. That's the way it's been my whole life, man.
Well, man, I'm so glad to have you here. Thanks for coming on, buddy. Take us on a journey, sir. Take us wherever you want to take us, man.
Well, I was really happy that you brought your painting out because that was important to me. I put a lot of thought into the stuff I paint, and you being a guitar maker, I figured Prince painting just wasn't good enough, so I had to do a tribute to Rodney Sadowski, which is one of Prince's guitar makers, and so I thought it was.
Could you
really
turn up
cool.
just a little bit, Burgess? I'm sorry to interrupt, but could you turn your mic up just a little bit?
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one having a hard time, but I'm seeing some people in the chat asking to turn your voice up just a bit. Sorry to
Thank you
interrupt
for
you.
that,
Rob.
Chad.
Is that
Thank you
better?
for that.
Is that better, guys? Let's hear it again.
Yeah, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, that's better,
Yeah, that's
buddy.
better. Yeah,
All right.
Thank
that
you.
is.
But I was really glad to be able to make just a painting of Prince for you, but also fasten it after one of his guitar makers. I thought that was really cool.
And say it, Sadowski, right?
Yeah,
So-
Rodney Sadowski. He made 2 guitars back in the 80s for Prince that shot water out of them. But it's
That's
pretty cool.
awesome, man. Yes.
Huge shout out to Haley Beth, the MC of your show, and my sister. That's how we initially met, was through Haley and some of the other art community on here, and we've just done a lot to help each other out. And but I don't know. I guess I should tell you where I started. I started playing music just like Chad, except mine was not as aggressive. I toured as a musician and got married and had a family, and then they grew up and no longer married, and so I switched from touring to doing like announcing and I was the voice of Monster Trucks for a while, and during COVID I was a book narrator and traveled around and stayed in Airbnbs and bought an RV eventually, and decided I'd try to paint. And that was about 2 years ago, and surprisingly I can paint pretty well, and we just mixed the DJing thing together, and I don't know, it's kind of exploded. So
Well, you started out predominantly on TikTok, right? I mean,
yeah, last
For the most
February.
part.
Last February.
and now I believe you're on multiple platforms, and I think there's at least one you might be on more than you're on over here now, right? If I'm
Yeah,
if I,
I'm on Clapper quite a bit, and we're a little bit. It's a little bit more loose over there, kind of like Favorited. So it's kind of nice. I wish the audio was a little better though, but
Right.
so that's why we do most of our audio stuff like Karaoke Corner over here.
Ah, right on, right on. So it's Favorite. It has similar issue. Their video and audio stuff isn't so great, but and the stuff Ash and I do over on Big O, they got good quality video and audio,
Oh, yeah.
best I can tell. I don't know if it's like the quality that you or say Jason Woodward or somebody like that needs to play live or whatever.
Right.
But so what got you over on the Clapper journey, man? What's going on over there?
I just ended up over there. I decided to try it out because Chandel actually suggested. She downloaded it, and I was already on Favorite and doing TikTok, and she was like, "You need to get on Clapper. Try Clapper out." And then she got on Clapper and met some other karaoke people, and I was like, so I had to start a Clapper account to watch what she was doing, and that's kind of how it happened.
Right on, man. Well, one of our favorite people is over there. In fact, I have an account with Clapper basically just to go visit with Painting at Tiffany.
Yeah,
Every
she's
once in a
awesome.
while. Every once in a while, but she is an OG from the Gin Project. She helped put the Gin Project together. I mean, she was, as you know, she was one of the very first people that I met. So my Clapper account is basically so that we used to go over and hang out with Shannon when she was doing her treatments, her chemo and all that. That's originally why I ended up on that platform. But and I know that there's a few artists that left from TikTok and went over there who really like it, yourself included. So
Yeah, there's some good people over there.
I'm all for people finding their vibe, man. Wherever that is, you know what I mean. Wherever people can find their vibe, that's what matters.
Yeah, and I do split my time up now, so now I'm over here and over there about equally.
Right on, right on. So, man, I know that you've done the touring thing and you've done all, you've explored art in a lot of different ways. So how are you liking this new journey you're on, man? I say new, really. I mean, you haven't been painting that long. You know what I mean? You haven't been doing this painting DJ gig for all that
No.
long, but you're crushing with it, man. So
Oh, thanks.
how's
I
this
ran
compared to
sound
some
for a
other
lot of
stuff
big,
you've done?
a lot of big events. And when I first started painting on lives, I wasn't interacting with people. I was just painting. And so I had to figure out a way to interact with people. And I was like, well, I could do the DJ thing. And it just happened. And it was so natural.
The music, man. It's like the tie-in for you, like you started out really deep down somewhere. The painting is the music, right? It's you being able to do your thing, and when you were doing the monster truck stuff, for example, you did the voice a minute ago. You're able to use your voice and that kind of thing. When you were doing soundboards, I'm over. I guess is that called engineering? Sound engineering,
audio engineering, usually is what they
audio
call it. Like
engineering.
in the 80s, when everybody else wanted to be Lex Luthor or Hulk Hogan, I wanted to be the guy that made the lights and the fog happen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on, right on. So now you get to be the guy that makes the lights and the fog happen,
Yeah.
but also plays the music and also paints. I mean, you've even got your own technique on a guitar, man, that you developed.
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey, and if there's anything I learned, it's that I am not normal.
That's excellent.
Good.
Good.
Watching you play
Perfect.
multiple instruments is awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, dude. I
will
love
say
it.
that.
I love it.
If you guys haven't went and watched,
I mean,
play
to be honest,
multiple-
I was raised by a bunch of ladies, and because of that, I am very good at multitasking.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely nail it on that stuff. If you guys haven't seen it for real, it's worthy of viewership. Go check it.
And I'll be uploading
cool.
some more stuff. We're getting more into that. I just finished a redo
Yeah.
of my garage into a huge studio. So now I have, a full music studio. I mean, you guys are actually standing surrounded by guitars right now. And I got 10
Yes.
arcades over here. So, I mean, we're going to be doing a lot of recording here soon.
Very cool. That's the way we like
Right.
to be, is in the middle of a bunch of instruments.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's where I
So
feel at home.
Are you going to be recording some original stuff? Is that
Yes.
what we're
Yeah. So my
Like-
goal by the end of the year is I'm going to put out another album, and then I want Chandel to record one original song by Christmas.
right on, man? I like these goals. So is the
you
album
do.
going to be out by Christmas?
I'm thinking I'll have it done, and I want to have at least a demo of it, at least 5 or 6 songs from it,
Sure.
and I'll master them and have them up by Christmas, hopefully.
Damn.
He's saying hopefully, but everything I seen him do so far, he gets it done. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and usually ahead of
You're gonna
schedule
do
too.
A lot of you guys who don't record that are here, you're like, oh, okay, by Christmas, that's cool. I want to let you guys know that is a breakneck speed. If he is writing, recording, mastering, that is a incredible amount of work.
Yeah. The
So when he
post-production
says it all
especially.
nonchalant, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the
He
recording
says that
is one
nonchalant,
thing,
but-
but man, everything you got to do at the end that's a lot.
That's where I get screwed, man. When I record music here, like it's all great, it sounds great when I'm on my computer, and I'll listen to it in 10 different setups, you know, of speakers and everything, and then as soon as I render it out, it's like,
Yeah, this would be a great opportunity for y'all to talk about that.
As a musician.
yeah,
Luckily, performing, I've met some people along the way that are very, very big help in that area.
yeah, yeah.
Give us a little insight into that part of things, guys. For those of us that haven't
Gosh.
done that.
It takes a massive skill to, like he was saying, in anything post, like after recording, you know, I mean, you have your obvious write it, record it, and that's what everybody's familiar with, but they're not familiar as much with the process that goes in afterwards. And if you don't have your frequencies separated, if you don't have, there is so I can only speak so far of it, because if you noticed, I said I suck at that part. So, like, you know,
Well, like any single audio track usually is not just a single track. It's usually like 4 or 5 tracks. Everything you hear in your right ear and your left ear is a separate track. And then you have the center, which is in both. So that aspect alone will pile you up with tracks.
yeah, and it depends on what kind of music you're recording.
Exactly.
You could end up with like 87 guitars played.
Yeah,
you know,
at the same,
and-
because you're not going to get a perfect performance most of the time from
Yeah.
somebody. So you take multiple takes and then you blend the perfect parts together. And in
Yeah.
post-production, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's like
So-
Trent Reznor used to talk about that. He was like, well, you can't have 87 guitars on stage, so I'd make it this way. And you hear 87 guitars, and I play the main on stage, you know. But that's a lot of work there.
And it depends on tone and what you're going for, and yeah, and everybody sings different, everybody screams different, and everybody plays at a different volume. It's
Uh-huh.
yeah,
It's just the post engineering stuff it's an art in and of itself. Like very much so.
yeah.
Very much so.
I'm assuming it requires either equipment or programs or both.
And a lot of knowledge, a lot of just doing it, and
Yeah.
and you can take courses and audio engineering courses, but a lot of it is just spending time in a studio and realizing I need this to sound thicker, so I'm going to double it up, and then I want this to blend better, so you got to do a better audio mix. Like he said, you'll render it and then it'll be like, distorted, or I mean, there's a million things that can happen just to get that level right, and that's all before you master it. Mastering it is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Right on. Well, so all of this is going to happen by December. That's
I'm at
amazing.
least going to get a demo out. Yeah, at least a 5 or 6 song demo of the album. And I
Incredible.
want Chandel to write and record one. That's the goal.
That's awesome.
I like it.
Well, don't
I like
don't
it.
call for my help during the end, because oh my gosh. SA. Have you guys heard about my friend SA?
Well, I did want to let
So-
you guys know that I got a 50% off of all my backstock going on right now. And it's this week only. We got about 15 paintings, you guys, that we're giving away pretty much for cheap, and half off my lowest base price. So that's gonna put it at 150 just for, and you also
Wow.
get a really cool painting DJ autographed picture.
Nice.
I'm actually going to send a couple to you again, but we also got some guitar picks, and they got my face on them.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Right on.
Yeah,
Right
we're
on.
definitely going to send you guys some of that. So, but 50% off all my backstock. I just check out my channel. I got a whole bunch of them, man. A whole bunch of them. And as a surprise for the rest of the summer, if somebody gets a commission from me and they tell me promo code GINN, GINN, I will give you 20% off.
Whoa.
Word.
So
Word.
promo code GINN. If you get a hold of me for a commission, I will give you 20% off if you mention GINN's name.
And if you say promo code Chad, he will add 20% to
Yeah.
what he's going to charge you.
And Ashman's the push.
It's a flip. Ring. Oh, Ash
Get
got
what
you a
you get.
discount today.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
If you promo code Chad, we'll make you sign an NDR.
Very, very wise.
Oh,
Very
man.
wise.
Oh, man. That is absolutely phenomenal, man. Well, so Burgess has, he says, 15, and are those, a lot of those are behind you, I believe.
Yeah,
if I'm not
even
mistaken.
just to give you an idea, like this is, I call this Subway Surfer, but it's Tobey Maguire Spider-Man holding that subway train.
I heard that.
That's cool.
But this
Heard
is one
that.
of them for sure. So
Right on,
we've kind of
man.
been focusing on getting rid of the backstock because we got a bunch of new ones, and I just got 2 masks in the mail because me and Fire Puppet do collaboration together where we sell a mask and a painting together, and we do that at the Jenna Wright Art Gallery.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So I've been to the Jenner Wright Art Gallery. I believe Shandel and company have been to the Jenner Wright
We
Art
did.
Gallery. I got to see Fire Puppets masks. They're cool.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
guys.
And I have a piece of your original artwork, which is fucking cool too.
Mhm.
So marry those two together, man. Y'all might be onto something.
Well, yeah, and our styles are just so cohesive together. We're very
Yeah.
similar as individuals. Even we like some of the same stuff, sing some of the same songs, and she can sing too. I mean, she is multifaceted. She doesn't just make masks; she sculpts, she paints, and I mean, what was it last week? We did a live with Walter. He was airbrushing a dragon. She was painting a dragon sculpture, and I was painting a dragon on canvas. It was wild.
Right on. Right.
yeah.
Was that over here or was that over on Clap?
It was over here.
Right on. Right. Is it the same? Is your same handle on the other platforms? Bert? Is it
Yep.
the painting
yep.
DJ?
I'm the painting DJ on all social media, and I'm the only one. I'm the only one on the planet. So if you guys find another one, let me know so I can take them out because there can be only one.
Highlander. He done turned into the Highlander, y'all.
I got lightsabers.
awesome.
Don't test me. Don't test me.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Good to
Yeah,
see you,
even
Bob.
my email is thepaintingdj@gmail.com.
Right on, man. Well, so if there's I guess a starting point for you in this new evolution, it would have been when you started streaming, right? Like you just made a decision to start streaming, and then that is kind of like Chad and I, over the course of doing the Chad Rev Art Show and the GIMP Project Show, we adapted. Like we adapted times, we've kind of adapted the format, and it was, the core was always there, but we sort of just build on it. You know what I mean? We add
Yeah.
stuff that we need to add or take away what we need. And it seems like that you've kind of had a similar strategy. in the way you approached it. You know, you try things and it wasn't as much fun, and maybe this would be more fun, and it's really cool to see because I think progression in art means you got to try some stuff you're not good at too, or that you don't like as well. It can't always just be stuff that you're crushing it on. Now, Ashman and Chad and you kind of do well at whatever you're doing, but there are some things that we decide like that maybe ain't really, you know, like maybe that ain't worth the extra effort. I could spend my time over here.
Yeah, just because I know how to do a bunch of stuff doesn't mean I'm always right. You know, half of the battle of getting along with people is being fallible and being able to listen. You know, you voice your own opinion, but also be able to let other people do the same.
Heard that. And so, I mean, that's the collaborative nature of it, right? Like, you know, like we were talking about earlier, how, you know, over time, Chad and I have had tons of conversations late at night, early in the morning about all the little various details of how to put on a better production, how to have a better show, essentially. And I'm not, as you and I have talked about before, Burgess, out of all of us, I'm the least knowledgeable about that world. Like I don't know anything about production or anything about, you know, any of that stuff. And you and I talked for quite a bit the last time we did an interview about that, about trying to figure out this social media thing kind of on the fly, kind of learning as we go. You're developing shows as you're doing the shows.
Yeah.
And that's a little different than writers write it and then you go do the thing. And
shooting from the hip is a whole nother skill set. Like
in real time.
It's just the details. It's really just paying attention to the details, knowing where I can do better. Like even just knowing that I'm going to be on your show and I know that the camera is going to be backwards. I purposely made my graphic on my TV backwards. It's backwards to me, but to you guys, it's right side. And I got it covering my other signs that are backwards. So it's just little stuff like that in production that really make everything, I think, better. And I think that's where all of us grow, is that we go back and we look at it and we're just looking for ways to get better. Like we're not afraid to look at what's wrong, you know?
Yeah.
I love that about what you do, man. That it is evident in the stuff that you do. You can tell that you're always seeking, you're always trying to find, like, okay, you know, Chad and I would do that even about, you know, we would have whole ass conversations, maybe an hour or two long about, hey, when we're doing a live, maybe just don't push any buttons. Maybe whatever our setup is our setup, and we just roll with it. Because when we first started out, every time we try to hit a button or do something, it would mess things up. Like, I don't know. And so, and then all the way
to
to
like, let's push all the buttons.
yeah. And then I was going to say, and then we try green screens and this and that and all the, you know, but usually there's some happy medium. You know, you try to use them as tools and fit them in where you can fit them in. And Chad and Ash are much better content makers than I am. I go on, turn the camera on, and say, "Hey, this awesome person's going to be on tonight. You should come check it out." Right? Like you guys actually produce like cool stuff.
And that's really
We're
the main component in
hilarious.
anything on these social apps is your content. Your content's got to be good.
Yep.
Luckily, me and Chad have enough weird in us. Ash is just handsome.
I guess for me, like the stuff I work on is fairly interesting sometimes. I think that's what gets me by. You know what I mean? Is I don't have
a great workshop, man. Great workshop.
And I've tried. I mean, I have a circle light, and we've changed things around, and we've tried. And Chad and I have sat for hours and put cameras in here, like put the phone on so that I'll know what it looks like from the different positions. You know, and we still work on that, but it's there's a lot of stuff that people don't necessarily realize behind the scenes that you do that makes it work.
It's like what we were talking about before a couple days ago about what we learn from other things, and we bring that knowledge into what we're doing now. Like I took some courses in videography, so I know my lighting setup. So
Yeah.
I know all that stuff. I learned it on how to do VHS tape, so that doesn't help me too much. But to date myself a little bit, but it helped me learn editing as well. So all those skills, I had no idea at some point that I was going to be doing what they call streaming and on
Right.
a platform like this. But all those skills, the art skills, the videography skills, and that sort of thing, and writing, anything like that has come into play here, just like you with all your stuff. And oh, by the way, your Anubis is amazing. I love
Oh,
it.
thank you. Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
for Fire Puppet for her birthday.
That
So
thing's
she actually
cool.
has a mask that goes with it and everything.
Nice.
She's like, okay, I'll grab it.
Yeah.
Yo,
It is great.
it is too.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah.
And the
It is
background is
holographic.
metallic, so it's got like a holographic effect.
Yeah, that holographic
Nice.
background that you've been pulling off, dude, is ridiculously badass. I just wanted to let you know
Thanks.
that.
That's
And,
awesome, man.
Even so you look closer, even the gold reflects.
Oh yeah.
That is dope, man.
It's wicked.
But yeah, this one, the Fire Puppet, this is all yours. All yours. She spent her birthday up
Very
here with us.
cool.
So.
Nice. Nice.
Are y'all near or did y'all just happen to be traveling through
She made a trip up here just to do it. She dropped off the 4 masks that went to the art gallery with the paintings and spent her
Well,
birthday
that's what
here
I mean.
with her
Are you-
daughter. But we're
are
only
you
about
within
16
some-
hours apart.
y'all are 16 hours apart, but
Yeah,
you
she's
and the
in
gallery
southern Texas, and I'm in Kansas.
Gotcha. Heard that. So you're not so it was a long trip to the gallery too.
Well,
That's
it's actually about 7 hours to Colorado Springs from here for us.
right on. Okay. I got you. All right. And so that's another journey on this platform is you're one of those people that actually works with people in real space and time that you've met online. Much like Chad
Yeah,
and
I
I.
think that's super important. And I mean,
Yes.
you're going to invest time and effort in each other. I think it shows a great deal of commitment to go.
Hey,
that
be
far.
careful with that thing, man. I saw the movie. Be careful, Burgess. Easy.
But here's one of the Loki masks that she made, and the inside, of course, is
What is it made out of?
this. I think this one is it feels like it's mache, but
Right on.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you, to be honest. She adds so much stuff to her mask, like jewels, and she sculpts
It's
with
made
it.
of-
And so I'm not for sure the
It's made of-
exact composite that she uses, but man,
It's
so
made
it's
of
like
pure
part
awesome.
mask, part sculpture.
It's plastic mask. Okay.
Plastic mass. Right on.
It feels like plaster, but it's
Yeah.
not. But you know, it has that texture.
Yeah, and I know I've said this a million times since we were over at the gallery, but like, I've dug her mask, but when I saw one in person, I was like,
So much. detail.
whoa! Like, they're cool to see here. Like, you guys, you see, it's cool. But I'm going to tell you, like, in person, it's a whole different experience. Very true.
And here's a half mask that she made for me.
That's cool. I dig it.
And they all call me their Mr. Miyagi because of my production stuff. And I call my studio the Art Dojo.
Yes.
So,
I like it.
but I'm super glad that I started working with her. Actually, being live with her and painting with her is how my holographic thing occurred. It was just a fluke, and that's how it happened. And so now, because she's changed my art so much, I hide a skull in every painting just for her. Every single one.
That's awesome. That's
That is
awesome.
cool, dude. Yeah, that holographic stuff, man, it is very, very cool. Well, hello.
In recent news,
there she is.
Ooh, look at that.
Congratulations.
Look
That's
at that.
awesome.
So cool, you two. So cool.
So are you officially I mean, we know you've been taking care of them all this time, and you know, but are you like officially responsible? Like, are you who we're supposed to call now? When
That's
we
April
need
23rd. April 23rd. You can be I can be responsible for it.
Gotcha.
His
All
emergency
right.
contact. I think that's what you were looking for there, again.
That's what I'm trying to find. Are you his official emergency contact?
I mean, I think so. Am I?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
so
He's
happy
like,
for you.
yeah, absolutely.
He's mine. That's. I mean,
Yeah, I mean the percentage or possibility of her winding up with the need for me to be called is way higher.
Right?
Yeah, we don't have coffee tables in our living room just because of that.
My wife's in the same boat, man. She's been in the hospital a lot. Oh man. Well,
This is key for you guys.
congratulations.
Yeah, and she does Karaoke Corner. It's every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Central, right here on TikTok.
yes.
And isn't Haley Beth there fairly often?
All the
Yes,
time.
every time.
Yeah. So Haley Beth is one of my friends, and we talk every day. Every day.
Yeah, I hear about it.
I mean, she
Which
could
is
probably tell you what I
awesome.
had for lunch last Tuesday. She has a memory like that too.
Yes, she
does.
does.
She
Yes.
does. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm so happy for you two. Have you set a date? Did I hear that and forget it? Or have you set one yet?
April 23rd next year.
April 23rd of next
Yeah,
year.
it's her birthday. She said, if we get married on my birthday, maybe you'll remember it. And because birthdays, I just can't remember them. But of course, now that she said that, I'll never forget it.
Yep, it's nailed down now. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
So who
Very
knows?
cool.
Maybe we'll do it sooner.
We're still gonna do it on her birthday. That means for a birthday gift, I just give her my name and I'm off the hook, right?
Nice. Well, I'm going to ask the question that everybody else wants to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to live stream the wedding for everyone?
Yes. So this TV is a mobile TV, and it also turns sideways, and it's a touchscreen. But her best friend is Diamond Art with Carolina by Carolina.
Yeah.
Miss Carolina down there. Chandler's best friend. And so she's not going to be able to make it to the wedding. She lives in California and has some health issues that will keep her from being able to come.
Sure.
So that TV is going to be turned sideways, and it's going to accompany me down the aisle, and it's going to have Carolina's face on it.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's cool.
So we will be live streaming it, and we'll even have some guest appearances on the big screen, including Haley and some other of our close people that won't be able to make it as well.
Wow, that is so cool.
Yeah, Haley and Carolina especially are going to get to experience it as if they're there, and we'll make sure that everybody else gets to as well.
So, man, you two are so cool.
That's awesome.
You two are so
Hey, if
awesome.
it wasn't fun, I wasn't there. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Right?
And Chandler's karaoke is on Saturdays at 6 Eastern, and that's here on TikTok.
6:30
I'm
Central.
sorry, 6:30. 6:30 Central.
Yep.
Okay, 6:30 Central. Make sure I get that down right. Saturday, 6:30 Central is the karaoke corner. And do you have a regular schedule over on the Clapper, or is it just kind of like over here, turn on your notifications and?
Well, sometimes I do a lot of random ones, but lately it's been in the afternoons and the evening after Fire Puppet gets off work, and so and I have an outside job too, so that's been we kind of wiggle around that. But this week, because of my 50% off sale, which once again 50% off, all back stock. I'm going to be doing it every day for the next 7 days, so that way everybody gets a chance to take advantage of this, because I don't normally have them this low. So
Right.
Nice.
Right.
Maybe
Alright.
you should tell them again what the special is, but use your old school tractor truck announcer.
Tractor
man.
truck voice.
Sunday.
7 days, only 7 days this week. The Painting DJ is 50% off all backstock. That's right. It's going out the window. So hurry now. Get your free 8x10 autograph picture and a guitar pick with his face on it. And if that don't make you throw up, we'll shake you around a bunch because it's 50% off.
Only here with Burgess. Nice.
And don't
Kira
forget, you
George,
guys,
you
if
came
you
in at the
mention
right
GIN
time,
all
Kira.
summer long, if you mention the word GIN as a promo code, I'll give you 20% off.
Did he? Thought that she was
Yo.
tricking her computer.
20%. That is at the 10:06 mark, guys, and I'll download this tonight and put it over on the YouTube. So I started about 10 till, so that's going to be about an hour and 15 minutes in, just to give you a heads up.
Well, I really appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you so much.
Dude.
And don't forget to water your plants. They get testy if you don't.
That's the one from
Little Shop of Horrors.
Seymour. That's what I'm trying to come up with. Yes, Little Shop of Horrors.
One of my favorite movies ever.
Hey, freak. I love that movie.
Seymour.
So there's
know-
a wedding on April 23rd, and that's going to be a cool event because you're going to do it digitally as well for
Yes.
those. Hey, Mama T, we were talking about you a little while ago. And Karaoke Corner is on at 6:30 Central. And we're going to say this some more times tonight, but it's on Saturday at 6:30 Central. That's Karaoke Corner where you can catch Shandle and Haley's always there, as you said. Diamonds by Carolina is there oftentimes, and Fire Puppet and others. So make sure to go check that out, folks. And then there's some other stuff. If you just turn on in the afternoon or evenings, all week this week, you're going to find Mr. Truck Show Announcer extraordinaire.
Back off, my friend.
You should have heard some of the book narrating. Oh my gosh, it was great.
I bet, man. You and Chad could do a whole thing together, man. Ashman's got some voices too, man. The three of y'all might be able to do a whole series.
We could just read the
Now.
Harry Potter series to everybody.
That would be cool, actually.
I just got done reading the Darth Bane trilogy, a Star Wars series, because Trouble wants me to paint Darth Bane. And there's no movie, no show, no pictures. You have to read the book. And so I read all three. And it's going to be freaking awesome, you guys. Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. Right on. What a challenge. That's
Yeah,
cool,
I
man.
know. He mentioned it, and I was like, oh, my God, challenge accepted. That's amazing. I've never done that.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
So he mentioned that there was a character that no one had ever seen.
That's it.
And you went and read all three books,
All three books.
and now you've seen that character.
Yep.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting because even Fire Puppet asked me after I read it. She was like, "Did his description change after the third book?" And he actually is one of the Sith Lords from 1,000 years before Luke Skywalker was even born, and he had the ability to transfer his essence into another person, and so he did so at the end of the third book. And I was like, well, I think I'm going to draw him the way that he was because he might possibly be a blonde girl now.
It could be anything.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was pretty cool. And even the author came out and said that he didn't transfer his essence into her. But it was pretty. It was really funny. I really appreciate it, Trouble. Thank you for the challenge. It's going to be fun.
That's
So-
cool.
Trouble is into Star Wars then.
Very much so.
big
I actually
time.
painted him as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh,
He has it. He has it.
That's awesome.
that is cool.
But he's also in the Jenner Art or the Jenner Wright Art Gallery, along with Chad
Yes.
and Ashman and Yin as well. So actually, I had a friend go in there and he just bought some of Ash's stuff, and it was it's awesome.
And Severed's.
And
Yes.
Severed, yeah. But they're hand delivering Ashes. He's got like special treatment or something.
Look at that. You're painting as a chauffeur, man.
As it should.
It's a,
Pinkies
hey,
up. Pinkies
Hi,
up.
Mama T.
Mama T.
Mama T, I got to see that piece in person, and Severn and I were talking about that. Like, we were saving up, so I'm so glad for the person that got it, but we also hate them. No, I'm kidding, I'm teasing, but we're stoked that it's staying in the family, though, so to speak. That's a really cool thing, actually.
Yeah.
But that's
Shannon's
such a
been
neat
one of my
piece.
best friends
man.
for like 20 years.
That's
Wow.
such a neat piece, man. And Severed, and to get that Severed piece as well. That's amazing, man. That's
I'm in
just
He
great
got one of
company.
Trouble's rings too.
Great company.
and yes,
Cool.
yes, and one of Trouble's rings. And
They did.
we
They
got
did.
to
I think
see
in a necklace. I think a necklace too.
we got to see Trouble's rings in person, and they are super cool.
Yeah, they
I
are.
actually Chad and I had the opportunity. A few people came in and asked about them during the time we were there, and I have used the cactus juice, process for scales for knives. Friends of mine that are blacksmiths, sometimes I would stabilize some wood for them to use as knife scales. And it's a similar
And it makes you
process.
wonder how they even found that out. Like, did somebody just trip and fall into a cactus with their hand, and they're like, "Oh wow, that makes my ring look amazing."
Right?
I mean,
After taking all of the
Right after taking out. It is
figured
not
that
cheap
out.
though. That stuff is over 100 donuts a gallon, just per gallon. So,
yeah.
but those rings are absolutely beautiful, and I love that he uses that technique, and then it's a heat treat, an oven kind of baked cure for that. But he's able to put the dyes and the various coloring in it, which makes them just amazing. They're really cool in person. Chat
They
song.
really are. Oh wow.
wow.
Right on.
Those
Right
are so
on.
cool.
That's
That
dope.
green room's crazy.
I love it.
Wow.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, I may be a fan of Trouble stuff. Just saying.
Just a little. Just
I
a
love
little.
it. When I was there,
these three set on my mixing board.
Oh, nice.
I almost got one of his rings. The reason I didn't is I don't even wear my own wedding band because of what I do for a living. My wife gets me these silicone rings just because I'm in a woodworking shop. I can't.
Yeah.
So
So cool.
but they are absolutely beautiful, man. They are absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic. And if I was able to wear rings, I would have got one of those rings. I was trying them on. I damn near bought one anyway. And I probably still will the next time I go to the damn gallery, but it'll have to be
Right.
a gift because I can't wear it. It would either get crushed or beat up or deglove my finger. All of those things that can happen would
If
happen.
anybody doesn't know what degloving is, don't look it up.
Oh, no, go look it up. Go look that up.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
it's
tell you,
brutal.
I toured with a rock band. I was the same way, and I can only wear rings. I can't wear rings while I'm in the studio spinning my canvas around and painting. So it's
Right on.
we're going out to dinner. Cool. I get to wear my rings.
Right, yeah.
I got that
Yeah,
old
put the real
arthritis
on.
thing. It's like some days I can wear my rings, some days I cannot. It's like, oh, it's a ring day. Nope, dude.
It took a lot of getting used to, right? I wore my gold wedding band from the time that I got married. I never took it off, and every once in a while, if I was like working on a car or something, I'd take it off and hang it on a necklace I used to wear that she got me. But man, being in the service and working on planes, rings were, no goes. But at any rate, Trouble makes amazing rings, and Trouble is going to be one of those people that somehow, someday, some way, we're going to get on. We're going to get on this show too. So,
Word.
Mama T, good to see you. We were talking
Yeah,
about
it is.
y'all. Our understanding is you have some art there that is collaborative in nature, and more coming.
Yeah.
That Anubis is cool, man. Damn,
Oh,
that
yeah.
Anubis is cool.
So
I love
got a
all the
box
nods
I
to
got a
pop
box
culture.
yesterday from Miss Fire Puppet containing 2 new masks to go
Oh,
with
nice.
2 of our paintings. And here, I'll show them to you.
So are these going to be for sale in the Jenner Wright Art Gallery?
I'm not sure. We got 4 up there right now, so I don't think we need to overstock her. But,
Oh, I got you.
But-
I got you. I got
Right.
you.
when and if they are called for, we do have them. We have a couple sets that we have in reserve, just in case, because you never know.
Got you.
So we got Freddie Mercury from Queen, and then of course Fire Puppet made a Queen mask.
Hey, hold. Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, hold the mask higher, because the lettering from there you go. The lettering, like
Nice.
the chat, is in the way. That's awesome.
Wow. Man, I wish y'all get some skills already.
I love how many artists come on here and promote other artists. That's so freaking cool. Like,
Yes.
we show off our friends,
Freddie,
because we're
Yes.
so proud of them.
I love it. I'm a Freddie Mercury fan, man.
Oh, yeah.
That guy was
Yes.
incredible. That dude was
Uh-huh.
unbelievable.
And our second set that's going to be new is going to be Ozzy Osbourne, yo.
Ozzy. Going off the rails on a crazy train.
Nice.
I love it, dude. He's biting the bat. He's got him biting the bat. I love it. He's got a bat on his shirt.
Man.
Oh my God, that's great. That is awesome. You're right, Ash. I dig the pop culture references, man.
Oh, yeah. His hat, even, that he's wearing, it hurts my thumbs just thinking about that controller.
Well, I
Oh,
say
yeah.
I have 10 arcades in here. I'm not joking.
Oh, wow.
Like
Oh, that's
arcade,
awesome.
arcade.
That
Oh
is
man,
awesome.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've got arcades and a skee ball machine. And
nice, man.
so I was a foster kid growing up, and so video games and comic books and art and music saved my life, man. It was either that or wind up in prison or not alive, So
So you we've talked about that before, man. I wasn't sure if that would come up today or not. That's your story, but man, to come through the foster system, as broken as it is, and be the kind of guy that you are, and be as creative as you are, and as thoughtful about that creativity, is a testament, my brother. I gotta say, man, because I spent some time working, as you and I have talked about. I spent some time working with that population of kids, and it's the system is failing them. We're failing them. All of us collectively are not getting the job done. They are not growing up in safe environments that are conducive to producing good citizens, right?
yeah, and you can always they can always do better, but it took me a long time and getting older to realize that it's a tall order for anybody to fulfill, let alone just our government. I mean, that's a lot to ask of somebody, and they're trying. And I think even us banding together to help them, I think it's going to take everybody. But I try not to place too much blame on. I used to, but I got old enough and realized that, a lot of people are trying their best. They really are.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. I mean, I was a person that got burned out. I obviously cared, right? You don't get burned out when you don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
there are, yes, point taken. There are some people that are working incredibly hard. More broadly speaking, I think it's another one of those issues that people don't realize until it impacts them,
True.
right?
True.
And I think that's a great thing about you sharing your story is that you are a guy that people can look at it and be like, oh well, maybe he's got some things that he could contribute to the conversation that would make things better for some folks. And I agree with you, man. There is no panacea. There is no perfect fix, but there's a whole bunch of folks out there that are absolutely 100% clueless about that issue.
True. Very true.
And I would argue that we as a society have some responsibility to raise those among us who lost their parents or don't have parents or whatever the case may be, in the same respect that I believe, and I'm not saying anybody else should believe this, I'm just saying I believe that, our senior citizens, our folks with a variety of special needs, should all be taken care of, not minimally, not just give them the
Agreed.
bare basics to
Agreed.
get by. You know what I mean? We know we have people among us in our community that are part of these populations that we're talking about, or different groups of people. And, Burgess is one of those people that create space for folks to come and be a part of things. So to me, man, it isn't just like you are a living, walking, talking example of, hey, you want to include some folks in your thing, then do it. Just simply figure out a way to include them, right?
Yeah.
And
I think a large part of it is inspiring each other. I don't just want to lift myself up. And more importantly, I want to lift everybody up. I want,
Yes.
that's the definition of enriching the life around you. It's not just enriching your own life. If you're not in it to enrich somebody else's life, you're in it for the wrong reasons,
right.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
That right
Yeah,
there
and here's-
wins the internet for the day.
But here's the thing. I would go a step further and say that guys like you and Chad and Ash, specifically men, specifically in the era that we live in, willing to come forward and say, hey, we don't always get it right. We are imperfect, right? But we're trying. We sincerely give a shit. We want life to be better for everyone, not just ourselves. And we're willing to put some extra work on the table and extra resources on the table to make that happen. I think that's incredibly important, man. So I have a lot of respect for you just on that level, as you and I have talked about, right? That you understands the wrong word. I think you feel compelled as well, because you're a leader. You naturally kind of lead the way on some things. And it's because you had to figure out your own way to a large degree. Yeah. And here's the thing, you don't want other people to have to go through misery just because you did. You'd rather them be able to shortcut that misery part, right? That's what you men have in common. All of you have been through some things, and all of you could be bitter and pissed off and want everybody else to have to go through some things. But that is one thing that you three guys have in common, is that the things that you have been through in your life have driven you to be better men, better human beings, better community leaders, you might say, in the respect that you all have a following. You all have people in the community that respect what you say, and you use it to help other people.
Yeah, I don't know what else to use it for, man.
Right?
I barely know what to do with my hands most of the time. It is, man. I think it's a large reason has to do is that I can do a lot of stuff, and I survived a a pretty tough past, but I didn't make it on my own. I'd love to say that I 100% did it alone, but there are some people out there that were a very large part that reached out and helped me and made my life better, and they didn't have to, and so it's only fair that I at least spend part of my life doing the same for somebody else.
And that's a big part, right? When you come out of fire, you want to help. You know, when you walk through something like that, you want to help other people. You know, and I think because you've gotten tools along the way to help people.
Oh,
You know,
man, good point.
you want to make sure everybody's okay. You know,
Yeah.
to the best you can. I think
Yeah.
that's beautiful, man.
I completely agree, 1,000%.
Word.
Well, the thing about it is even if you didn't say that, we would know because it's the walk that you walk, man. That's the thing, right? Like part of the intro, the point that I was trying to get across, and it might have seemed weird, and I'll bring it up again just because it is weird, but the fact that we all could disagree with each other and still be friends is like there's some folks that can't do that and have lost the ability to disagree with someone, and it isn't the be all end all, right? Like
Yeah.
we disagreed on this one thing. That don't mean his whole character is shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like how do people make these giant leaps of like you've made from a system where things are kind of stacked against you no matter how hard people are trying along the way to help, and then you come out with an attitude like, hey, I'm willing to help everybody. And then there's other folks out there that, man, they get upset and now you're persona non grata because like you didn't want to have chowder for supper. You wanted to have something different. Now you're an evil bastard. Right. So trying to be nice. The point I'm trying to make is that trying to be nice, trying to go out of your way to be helpful, is in itself draining. It is not always easy because there are people out there looking for the negative in they don't see positive in anything. The entirety of their lens is negative. It's the same people that ask questions just to be asking questions, not because they actually want to answer, right? Because they're not knowledgeable about a subject, so it's a strategy. So they question a person that actually is knowledgeable to try to get them to say something that's a little off, and then they can pounce on that as if that's the only thing we're supposed to talk about, right? And that's the game that is played essentially on social media that you have to navigate.
And you got to get tough skin, man. You can't take things personally, and you're gonna, even though you shouldn't, it's gonna happen. But you got to be able to reach inside yourself and be like, that's okay. I mean, like you even said, we've had our disagreements before. And at first, I was fired up, and but I was able to, go, dang it, maybe you're right. It's just being able to have an outside perspective that's not your own, and being able to listen acceptance is a very important word, I think, especially on social media.
Yes, man, and I get animated when I talk, and you gave me the grace to be like, you didn't hold it personal, right? You were like, hey, dude, you're getting a little loud. I'm like, you're right. You're
I think
right.
I love it. I love it more. I love it more than if you would have been nice. And you were nice. You were nice.
But the thing about it is that's the only way I know that we all get to keep moving forward. Like, if Chad came up in a tough environment too. Chad literally was born into a cult. He doesn't talk about it a ton, but that's a true story.
True story.
And so we've had we've talked, over time, and he shared with me some of his experiences. And part of keeping control means that you control information. you control access, right? And people make the mistake of believing that somehow one of us has control of, say, TikTok. Like, we have control of
Wait.
our own
I
channels.
thought
guys
Ash was
don't?
driving.
We
don't?
yeah. We,
I'm out of here. I thought you had control of TikTok. That's why I'm even here.
I'm out.
right?
Um,
We have control of our own pages sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah.
But,
We have the illusion of having control.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
well, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. You also don't cede to the illusion of control, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You like you don't get caught up in yourself as if like we're not actually controlling anything. They can turn this thing off tomorrow. So you know,
Yep.
like the funny thing about it is we're all on here trying to work together because we all realize none of us are in control of shit. That's the reality. We're trying to use the tools available to us because we want to do our own gallery stuff. We want to do our own art, and we want to bypass some of the more insidious players or actors out there in the art world. You might want to say. So,
The world in
Burgess,
general.
what's your yes, the world in general. Actually, you're right. So, what is your overall kind of thought process on the programming that you do, bro? Just like for Chad and I and Ash, Chad, Ash, and I, it's kind of a big picture. We hope that people get the point that we should be helping each other, and we all got to try to be good at our thing, whatever that is, to the best of our ability, right? So be serious about what you do and be willing to help other people, kind of thing. So that's kind of the. I don't know if that Chad or Ash, you might be able to dial that in a little better than I just did, but essentially
you
that's
hit
the
it.
overarching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think having a directive or change is a part of it. You know, I think that's how you instigate change is by being a part of it. And I mean, social media came out and it got flooded with all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, it takes, and the kind of world we live in right now is where it takes somebody like us, who we have a good stream, we have good art, we have good people, and it takes us working 10 times harder than some girl playing a video game in yoga pants. You know.
You know, one
And
of
so
the
we-
Well,
Yes, man.
the only way that that's going to change is if we implement some change. And so that requires us to do our part, and that means we need to be on here as much as possible because that's what that person's doing.
one of the biggest things I've learned
That's
on
a good
here
point.
is just to listen to somebody. Give them 5 minutes of your time to listen. Sometimes that's all they want. That's all they need. And what does it take from you? It doesn't take a lot, right? You know, even if you're having a cruddy day, you know, 5 minutes of your time isn't a lot to offer somebody. I mean, to ask for. And a lot of times I just listen to somebody, and I think that's what they need at that point. And I think that's what we do on here. We listen to people too, and we want to help. So
Agreed. And sometimes it's not about, it's about them needing to get it out, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes we just need to be that person for them. For sure.
yeah,
Everybody needs to be able to speak freely, but the world has a major shortage of listeners. And then if you look at actual people who are legitimately listening, it's an even shorter list.
And outside of their own opinion too.
yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, and the respectful nature of I don't know, like the approach that Ash just took and the way he was explaining that. you know what I mean? That goes a long way too. Just trying to be courteous to people, even like giving them that one chance to be rude or whatever, and just being like, all right, cool, you know, hey, look, you know, just if you want to talk to us, that's cool. we're here. We're happy to listen, but just
It's Chip.
and I've seen Chad. I've seen Chad take somebody that comes in the chat, just throwing out stuff, like it happens, and turn that person into like a fan, like a fan, and
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
it that's got to come from the heart, man. You can't fake that. You know what I mean? And Burgess has that same kind of knack of all right, man. Well, like, he's not going to be run over for sure, but he'll give you a little grace. He'll give you a little room to vent.
True story. I was 4 years old, got run over by a truck. No joke. I could see my forehead for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Oh man.
Tire and everything. Yep, no joke. That happened. Yeah, luckily, it was in a muddy, just rain field, a cornfield. And yeah, so the tire pressed me into the mud. Otherwise, it would have been like a watermelon. But yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I wouldn't say I'm not going to be run over, but I can say I'm going to deal with it real well. Real well.
And he's got a sense of humor.
My sister told
Well-
me that. She goes, "You wouldn't be so smart if you hadn't got hit by that truck."
It might have done just the right amount of scrambling.
I got enough scar tissue up there. If we needed a battering ram, I'm your dude.
Oh man. Well, to turn a phrase, he actually did it. So I stand corrected, ladies and gentlemen. He might be run over, but he gonna do what he's gonna do anyway. He's gonna come out better for it.
And I think that's important. I think not only letting people see how good you are, I think letting people see you fail and seeing how you respond to that, I think that's a large part of it. And I don't think I think we fear that too much. I think we're too afraid to be vulnerable and to be fallible. And I like it when I mess up because that gives me an opportunity. I don't have problems. I just have opportunities to shine. I have opportunities to find solutions and show what kind of person I am. And that's all I see problems as. I'm very logical about stuff, and rarely do I attach emotion to it unless, but I do sometimes. I mean, I'm human.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. That's like when I'm live drawing and I make a mistake and I can't come back from it. I just crumple it up right there and go, all right, well, that happened. Let's go at it again. Because it doesn't matter how long I've been drawing, I'm going to make mistakes. That's all there is to it.
Right.
Man,
See, I came
there
out-
is. I'm sorry, Chad. Go ahead, please.
I was going to say, I came out of a industry where like I wasn't allowed to, you guys were there, you're on stage, you're playing, you're not supposed to show you screwed up. And if you do screw up, you're supposed to clean it and clear it and mix and keep going to where nobody notices it, So
recovery
going
skills.
from that, recovery skills. And I mean, you train for that. We would go through and shut off each other's amps and stuff just to be trained in things going wrong and continuing and making it seem flawless, and then to switch over to art. And as a lot of you know, a lot of my process is me screwing up and that leading me into something usually better. So that's a weird kind of, going from one thing to the next, but several of us did.
See, this is such an interesting conversation to me because for me it's a little different. There's like two parts of a similar portion of so working on building jet engines or crewing planes was very exacting, and it was like you train not to make mistakes. You would see how many days you could go without literally dropping a tool. Period. I mean, it was precise, and you train to be precise because there are bad consequences when those things come out of the sky full of bombs and fuel and stuff.
Yeah.
So, or weapons. So,
Oh.
so my
Just
and
huge.
then believe it or not, bartending is an exacting kind of thing. You know, if you're making proper drinks, they're in proper proportions with proper amounts and all of that kind of thing. So, by nature, I'm kind of that way. I'm kind of, and Chad Nash will tell you that. But that drives like the woodworking portion, like the joinery stuff, like the neck pockets and all of that on what is transitioning into the guitars. All of that, like, you can't be off. It's got to be right, or your guitar's not going to intonate, or your table's not going to sit level, or whatever the thing is. So there's an exacting nature to what I do, but there's room for that creative thing too, right? There's room for that nurturing that kind of. If there's a knot in this particular piece of wood, then that would be kind of cool to actually include that piece of wood in this guitar or whatever. And that can kind of steer the direction of where things are going. And you know, you guys have perfected both worlds, right? There's an exacting nature to what you do. There's, like Chad was saying, there's an exacting nature to the performance. There's an exacting nature to what Ashman does. Same thing, even in your music, like you were talking about the post-production stuff, right? If that's not exacting, then I don't know what is. But within that still,
Yeah.
but within that is still, I would imagine, the parameters of your ears, right? It may look good here digitally, but I don't like the way that sounds. I'm sure that happens. So how do you feed both sides, man? How do you feed that side that needs to be exacting, but give that other side room to be cool with it? We lost him. And it's Uncle Knowing's fault. We're going to blame Uncle Knowing.
Oh,
Did he come in and do that?
What did
Uncle
you
Knowing
do?
came in and dumped out our
What
guest,
did
man.
you do?
Uncle Knowing, you'll have your package by Saturday. Since you're in here.
Well, sometimes that happens. We'll give him just a minute to get back up here.
Dude, I hold my breath every time I watch you, like, making a pocket in that neck. Or the other day when you were drilling with that bit, that I was just
I was
like,
holding my breath.
what the heck, man? It was just, you know, it looks like it's doing this. Serpentine motion while he's drilling through it. I'm like, oh, man.
Right? Yeah, man. I mean, so like,
There he is.
you know, and like he was talking when he's producing music or whatever, or he's doing a painting, there is an exacting nature to it, but there's this other side of it that is this creative thing that you've got to allow. Chad is the example. I've seen Chad take a vision from his head in a piece of wood that I was holding, and that is now sitting in a gallery. And then I've also seen him start on a piece that has morphed. That wasn't exactly what he started with, but it got cooler. And it's because he allowed for room, he allowed for that pursuit of perfection, but the understanding that it's not attainable.
Yeah, so I think chasing perfection is unrealistic. I try to get as close.
Yeah.
I try to do my best. So when I'm trying to get something perfect, I don't actually go back and fix anything. Like, if I see something's wrong, obviously if an eye is off, and I will kind of go back and fix that if it's going to throw it off too much. But I kind of like looking back at my paintings, and like for instance this one, the Spider-Man, the background is metallic. This painting taught me that metallic paint takes more layers, because you can see it, but you can't kind of see it because I didn't do enough layers. And rather than go back and put enough layers on here, I didn't. I just put more layers on the ones after it. And this is now a memory of how I learned that.
Right on.
Word?
Yeah, so I
Right
don't.
on.
I've had a couple people, even Carolina, has asked me how to fix stuff, and I said I don't know. I don't really try. I always blame the canvas. I say, oh, the canvas wanted that to happen.
Heard
The
that.
canvas has spoken.
Spoken.
Well, and I guess there's a good point, right? There's different areas or different art forms have different, very levels of openness to whatever, right? For example, I would imagine when Chad gets the crucible and starts putting heat in the metals, he better get the proper heat on the proper kind of metals, or he's going to run into big problems quick. I would imagine
Yes.
that's going to need to be sort of exacting, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
On the other hand, this is a dude that needs to be able to work on the fly. So this could get interesting, y'all. This could get real.
Oh, sure it will.
When I started painting on a table, and then I tried to do the easel, and I mean I just tried all kinds of things, and the one thing that I found that worked was I could set it on a stool and spin it, and that worked. And then I got tired of sitting down because I'm not a sit down kind of guy. I probably sat here more than I'm sat
Dude,
down.
it trips me out how you walk around and paint.
Yeah.
It trips me out. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll literally sit here and paint, and then when it's time to change the angle, I spin it and then keep going. And
You
so,
while
like,
walking around, playing music and talking to folks, and
yeah,
I'm like,
running
how
my
do you?
turntables. Yeah.
This
Oh
is how he
my.
paints, y'all. That's how he paints.
No joke.
It's funny though. I have a lot of people that go, "Oh, I know this is wrong," and I'm like, "It's not wrong if it works." I knew a comic book artist named Larson, and I was watching him draw at a Comic-Con, and he's holding his pencil like this, like he's he's like a little kid. He's just drawing it like that. I said, "Where'd you learn to draw that way?" He went, "I didn't." He taught himself, and does it work? It works.
Yeah.
So it's right. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
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 I don't follow like. And another thing that I do that's really strange is I basically just use one brush. I'll use a bigger brush for the background if I'm laying a lot of paint, but for the most part, for like everything, I use one size brush. I don't use a bunch of brushes, and it's wild because that's not what you're supposed to do. And I don't know. I just realized one day after I painted a whole painting, I went to go clean my brushes, and I was like, where are the rest of them? I was like, I only use one. So I've just kind of kept doing it.
You know, I'll find myself with like 3 or 4 paintbrushes all between different fingers and like one in my mouth, but I'll be painting with like a finger or something, and it's like, why am I holding 4 different brushes and I'm using my damn hands?
Right? If it works, it works.
That's right, Kira. No supposed to. That's a trap. It's a trap.
It is 100% agreed. Yeah, and Fire Puppet. Yeah, you too. I don't mind giving people advice when they ask for it, but I 100% give them. I make sure they know. I said, this is how I do it. It's not necessarily going to work for you. You know, I'm not going to BS them and
exactly
make it
what
seem
you
like
should
my
say,
way is
yeah.
the best way, because it's not. And you know, most of the time, people are going to learn how I do it and be like, okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm thoroughly convinced that there's like other carvers and sculptors that watch me and go, "Oh God, dude, what are you doing? Are you?" Yeah, well, that's what works for me. I'm open to other advice, but this is what works.
I just encourage people to find out for themselves. The important
Yeah.
part is, if you're painting or carving, the important part is take your tool, put it to whatever material you're putting art on, and just do that over and over again.
Yes.
Figure it out. I mean, we live in the day. We have cell phones. We have mirrors. Record yourself doing it. If you like, Haley will sometimes ask me what she thinks she should do for her show, and she'll be like, should I do this or should I do that? And I'll be like, well, you got a phone? Record yourself doing both, and tell me what you think. You know?
Yes.
Right.
That girl is
Yeah.
grown. Oh my God, that girl is grown.
Yeah.
You know, she has, and it's funny because Haley wants to put the work into what she wants to put it into, right? And if it's not something she wants, you know, and we all feel that way, right? Like,
It's
if
like,
it ain't
yeah.
something, if it ain't something I'm really into, then I don't want to. But man, she has embraced the idea of practicing and getting better and improving And the cool thing about it is she does that for all of us. And I don't even think she necessarily realizes it most of the time. Is, you know, she is one of those people out there that sincerely and genuinely makes the room better when she walks in.
Oh yeah.
And we're lucky enough to get to hang out with her a little bit or have little conversations with her. And I think that this man right here probably talks to her more than anyone. And it's amazing because I occasionally get to hear about it. And I think she was pretty excited for you to be on. And the evidence of that was she was still in the chat. Because a lot of the times she'll come do her intro and then she'll bounce.
Yeah.
She got stuff to do.
And she'll be like, I gotta go do Gin show. I'll be right back. And I'm like, girl, you can hang out with them. I'll talk to you when you get done. 20 minutes later, I'm back. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, she asked me one time. She said, "Are you gonna need me to?" Because we were bringing up all the different artists that were gonna be in the Jenna Wright Gallery. She's like, "Are you gonna need me to be there to bring everybody up?" And I was like, "No, we're cool." Because she was trying to get back over to you and Shandon, which is awesome. I love it. It's kind of like you can tell your status because of how long she hangs out in the chat.
And I told her too. I was like, you can hang out with them, girl. You don't have to.
She likes hanging with y'all, man. That's
I'm
that's
glad that I can give her a
awesome.
space where she feels like she can be herself. That was
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole thing. Is I just want Haley Beth to be herself and not feel like she's judged for it or not feel like she's being bullied or because she has a lot of trauma with that, and that stuff doesn't affect her
Yes.
very good, and it also affects her physical well-being because of some of the superpowers that she calls them that she has.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so
Right.
I really like, I don't know. I raised my not raised, but I took care of my mother and my grandmother for many years, and they instilled a need to. I mean, Chandler's the same way. We are caretakers, and I got 2 teenage boys living with me that aren't even mine. It's just I feel like if I'm not helping take care of somebody, that I'm not being who I was trained to be. And
Right
Haley
on.
fulfills that for me just as much as I help as I've done things for her. Without her, I'd be missing a part of myself. She gives me something that I need in my life, and that's a sister.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
she gives me just
Absolutely.
probably 10,000 times more support than I give her.
Oh man, she is the most supportive person on the platform. For
I
real.
think she's got one of those things that Hermione Granger has, that where she can speed up and slow down time, because I don't know how she finds time to support so many people.
I know
Right.
she does too.
Right.
She straight
She
up
does a
does.
lot. Yeah, on different
Haley,
platforms.
I think she's a time traveler. Are you a time traveler, Haley?
She might be. I think, you know what? You might be onto something, man. I think she is a time traveler. She says, Burgess has made me feel like I'm a regular person. Haley, you make us feel like regular people, my friends.
You remind us to be regular people. Sometimes in this chase of being successful, we forget that it doesn't matter how awesome it gets or how many viewers we have or how many likes or shares we get. Everybody's still normal people, every single one of us.
Got that right.
And I don't know. I think Haley sometimes most times deserves to be more popular than every single one of us, man. She is
Oh,
overcome
yes.
so much.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%. Every day, all day.
Yeah.
If Haley
That's
became
not
famous
even-
tomorrow, if she became viral tomorrow, I would tell her, stop saying my name. Don't say my name no more. You earned it. And I was like, stop saying my name. She's not gonna, but I'd be like, girl,
No,
you earned this. You don't have to push me anywhere. I just be rooting her on.
She might be the most
sure.
famous person we know. She might be at this point. She might be the most famous person we know. I don't know. She's up there. She's
Very
up there.
possible.
That's for sure.
Very, very possible.
She said, "Yep."
One of these days, Disney's just gonna sponsor her.
That'd be dope.
That'd be
That'd be-
awesome, right?
Yes, absolutely incredible. Haley Beth is someone that we all we all kind of take our lead from her sometimes in a lot of ways. Actually, I mean, she literally leads this show off, and it's for a reason. Like, it's the spot of spots. She is amazing at it, and I feel like without her doing it, we'd be bummed, like
She sets the tone. I mean,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
The first
Master
thing we tell you
of
about creating
ceremony.
content is that the first couple seconds matter the most.
yes, absolutely. And her being in that spot, and consistently doing it and pulling it off and getting better and better and better at it is just amazing, man. I get such a kick out of her doing her thing, man. It just, I don't know, it just makes me smile.
And it gives her a place to because life isn't easy for all of us, and sometimes we just need somebody to be there, like Ash said, just to listen. And Haley does that for us, and we do that.
Yes.
For her. She's just an amazing individual.
Wherever we go, Haley is going with us. Wherever that is, Haley's got a spot, and I think it's the
Amen.
I think it's the same at your spot too. So
It's true. So true.
well, man, Chad, Ash, man, y'all usually got something to add or say or throw in there. I wanted to make sure y'all had a chance to do that. We're coming up on Chad put his little girl to bed time.
Yeah, it is 4 minutes until that bedtime comes around. Man, Burgess, dude, you're just an all-around good human. You already knew what I feel about you, and I'm glad you could be back here. I'm glad we got to have this time with you, and the stuff you do is amazing, not just art-wise. Everybody around you, homie. It still creeps me out that you walk around in paint. I'm definitely
Yeah, who do
looking
you
forward
think
to
you are?
Costumes, dude. So many costumes.
Man, your content cracks me up a lot, and
It's weird and cool, isn't it? I love it.
that's why I love it.
Oh, yeah, me
just
too.
Embrace the weird, man.
Yeah, you have
Yes,
to, right?
man.
You just have to.
I think we all have to, because I mean, look at us. I mean, just look at us. If we didn't embrace the weird, we wouldn't embrace ourselves, and then, man, that's just a bad road to be on.
No doubt.
So
Keeps us young, too,
yeah,
man. Keeps us young.
Oh, the
Is
thing
that-
I have to ask is you had a code, a promo code.
That's
what
right.
was it, just in case anybody missed?
Yeah, so if you get a commission from me and you give me the promo code GIN, GINN, if you tell me, mention Gin's name, I'll give you 20% off of your commission. And this week, all week long, we're doing 50% off of all of our backstock, which includes paintings like this Spider-Man, and we got Mike Tyson and
God,
Jake Paul. I painted this during the fight when Netflix crashed. It was awesome.
nice.
We've got a ton of them, you guys. I'm posting videos of all of them. So 50% off this week. And if you send me Gin's name when you order a commission, 20% off. And that's for the rest of the summer for that.
Nice.
Well, we will throw in some swag. Folks, get a commission, reach out to me, let me know, and we will get them some Gin Project swag as well to throw in there. So please, give everybody your information, sir. Exactly how to get in touch with you on which platforms and all of that kind of thing.
Well, I'm the painting DJ, and that's on every platform. I'm the only one, and you can also reach me at thepaintingdj@gmail.com. And if you find another painting DJ, let me know, because like I said, I'll take them out, because there can only be one. And as far as I know, I'm the only one. And it was interesting that I even came across that, and it was so unique. It was just kind of happenstance. So that's the Painting DJ on all social media platforms. And if you search on a social media platform and you can't find me, then you should message me and let me know, and I'll say sorry.
On a
And
personal
while we got
note, I just picked up 2 turntables and a microphone. and I'm going to
That's
be
where it's
painting
at.
this week.
That's where it's at.
That's where.
That's where it's at, yo.
While we've got y'all here and a captive audience, what do you say we do a couple little promos for Burgess the Painting DJ or his album or whatever? We got Chad Rev Art can do voices. We got Ashman that can do voices. We got Burgess. Burgess, can we do something like that, man? You got something we could promote real quick, or not real quick, but whatever it is that you can get these guys involved in?
Well, we got Karaoke Corner on Saturdays at 6:30 Central. And
Corner.
and of course our 50% off sale.
And April 20th. And we got April 20th.
pants.
All right, so we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna do this. We also got an April 23rd wedding day and birthday. So we got the 50% off this week. We've got 20% off if you use GAN for the summer.
All summer.
We've got April 23rd wedding day and birthday. Y'all are magic. Go.
You like the way he does that? So here's a bunch of... We just did it. You weren't paying attention. Oh my lord. Too funny. Too damn funny.
Yeah, say Chandler's gonna be Mrs. Martin.
There you
Mrs.
go.
Martin.
Yeah.
Knocked that one out of the park. That was perfect timing. That was perfect timing.
I don't know what's wrong with her and what she sees in me, but I hope she don't fix it.
I think that's
You
what
know-
we think about all of our wives. It's like, what were you
There's
thinking?
a-
You know what you're
real-
getting into, right?
Yeah, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. That's a really old saying, you know, and it's very important. You don't question it. You just go, I'll take that. Thank you.
And a huge shout out to Fire Puppet, my business partner. That's SC Fire Puppet, and she's SC Fire Puppet on all platforms as well. And stay tuned because I got two things that are coming up over the next year. Fire Puppet and I are starting a Twitch channel, and we'll have more information about that. And also, the Painting DJ is going mobile, where the goal is we're going to be at some festivals, and we're going to be doing some mobile DJing, because now that we've got the brand started, I got to own it before somebody else does, you know?
That's right.
Nice.
So we got
That's
to
right.
go mobile, and we're going to be in some different states doing festivals and renting booths and taking the RV down there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And me and Fire Puppet are starting a Twitch channel, and I'm not going to tell you a lot about it, but let's just say it's going to be a safe space to do art and be as weird and as wonderful as you want to be.
Nice.
That's what we love right there. So it's going to be the mobile painting DJ show.
Well, the mobile thing is just because the painting DJ is too good of a thing that I've got to just kind of embrace it, and I think that's going to be the next step. But the thing that me and Fire Puppet is something completely different. We even have a name for it and everything. And stay tuned for that. It's pretty amazing.
Awesome.
Y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
You got April 23rd, a wedding day coming up next year, so y'all get ready for that. You got 50% off for 1 week. He's got 15 different paintings. It's an overstock situation, and hopefully he'll show you. Oh, you got it? Show us, man. Yes.
Well, there's a lot of fun ones like Ricky Bobby, and
Oh,
we got all kinds
Yeah,
of them.
damn you, Ricky
Go ahead,
Bobby.
man. Go ahead. Yeah. Ricky
We
Bobby.
got
I'm on fire.
Michael Myers.
Mitch.
I call this one "They Always Fall Down."
They always fall.
That's the name of it, yeah.
That's awesome.
Truer words never spoken.
That's
That's
good.
why he doesn't run when he chases them, because they always fall down.
That's why when
And this
Steady
one is
with the
called
pace.
Crystal Voorhees.
Oh,
That
cool.
was great.
Check
I
that
love
out.
that.
This one I call thermodynamic equilibrium,
I like it.
but it's Captain
Oh,
Marvel.
man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we've got a bunch of them, you guys. So make sure you're tuning into my channel. We got quite a few, and I'm even gonna throw in. I've been talking about throwing some of the extra ones in. Like we got Venom up there. I call that one anti-hero, and we're gonna surprise some people. We did, and we're doing some giveaways. I
Venom.
just gave away the mermaid, so you definitely want to give me a follow.
Y'all.
Y'all, do what you can to support Burgess. You can find him on Clapper. You can find him pretty soon coming on Twitch with Fire Puppet. You can catch the karaoke corner at 6:30 Central Time on Saturdays, and that's in the evening. And that's with Chandel. You can find Haley Beth there. Burgess is usually there kicking it, doing his thing. He's probably doing 4 or 5 things at one time. Juggling, probably feeding milk to a baby. At the same time, cleaning oil off a duckling or something like that. I'm not sure. He's usually got a lot going on. So please check him out. He is going to be a reoccurring. As long as he wants to come back, we're going to bring him back periodically so we can check in on what he's got going on and who he's got stuff going on with. And for those that don't know, he's also one of those dudes out there that every once in a while puts a name forward, like, hey, I think this person might be decent. So, check it out. See what he's got going on. See what Chandler's got going on. If you catch Haley Beth over there, ask her why she's not at the GIM project.
You ask her why.
I'm teasing.
We all say it, but she does what she wants.
She does what she wants. And we love her for it.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Lead by example, Haley. Lead by example.
That's right. Do your thing, little sister. Do your thing. Ashman, you got anything for us, buddy?
I think we covered it at the beginning. We got like a bunch of shows, and mostly make sure we have late night here on Wednesday night, right? Wednesday, 10 o'clock
Thursday early.
my time, which is Pacific, and then 1 o'clock Eastern. So if you want to hang out
That's
with
close,
a
huh?
few people through the night into the morning, hang out with us. That would be awesome.
Several people get up on their way to work in the morning and hang out with us on their way out the door.
Oh yeah.
So we're up late nights. I don't know. I might be on later tonight. I don't know. It's a 50-50 tonight. We'll see what happens.
You read my mind. I was thinking about going on there tonight myself.
We'll see what happens.
Darn.
Burgess, man, brother, it's always good to talk to you, man. Even if we don't get to talk every day, even if it's once a month or every year, man, I'm still gonna be
Right.
glad when I get to talk to you. And you'll see more. You'll see more of Burgess. He is also one of the people that makes reappearing. There's going to make reappearances in that 10-minute spot at the beginning of the show, and you're going to see him as a guest on again probably in the fall when he's got some more scheduling and when he's got some more stuff out that he needs to let us know about. So, brother, I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you for coming on. Thanks for talking to us and sharing your light with us.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's good to spend time with you guys. I know we don't get to see each other as often as we like, because that's what happens when you're productive individuals. But I really do appreciate it, you guys. And as always,
Yeah,
thanks
man.
for looking.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you for coming, hanging out with us. If you could put some, I believe Haley said the light blue hearts are going to be for Burgess today, and she would be very disappointed in us if we did not get a couple, if we didn't get a couple screenshots with some sky blue hearts in the chat.
That is going to
So,
be the color
please,
of my tux, by the way.
Thank you, Haley Beth. Please indulge us. Please, that's going to be your tux color?
It is going to be the color of my tux.
Nice.
That's awesome. There we go. Thank you, guys. Thank y'all. Don't forget the screenshots, everybody. Get the screenshots in there with Burgess and the hearts and all the things.
Do it. Do it.
And her
And,
dress. And her
You guys
dress.
come into my live at some point, and if you're a subscriber, make sure to check out your new stickers. There might be a ton of them.
He's got stickers, y'all. I
You
love
got
it. I'm so
stickers.
I'm so proud of you.
Stickers.
Good job, homie. I might
You'll
have
like
to
them,
subscribe
guys.
to
I
you.
assure you. I assure you, you'll like them. There's a little something for everybody. Little from both ends, you know.
Burgess the painting DJ, ladies and gentlemen. Chad Rev Art and the great Ashman. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate everybody. Thank you, everybody in the chat. We love you. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Y'all be more like Burgess.
Oh yeah.
Be like Burgess. Be like Burgess.